Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dani and thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be doing some baking. I am going to be giving you 3 recipes to use up any leftover Easter chocolate you might have. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of leftover Easter chocolate. I was wondering what to do with it and I was like, oh hey, that would make a great YouTube video. So yeah, I've got 3 recipes on here, varying from sort of really easy to a little bit more complex. So yeah, if this sounds like the kind of thing that would interest you, please keep watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you don't already subscribe to me, go and hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first recipe I'm going to make is so simple, and it's going to be chocolate dipped strawberry. So all you're going to need for this is some strawberries. I tried to choose a pack which had some like quite big ones in it. Funnily enough, these are the perfectly tasty ones, and I just thought the strawberries in here look so much nicer than, you know, the regular nice approved strawberries. So got those, and then some Easter egg chocolate. The first thing you want to do is get yourself a bowl like this, and you just want to take your Easter egg chocolate and just break it up into the bowl, just in small kind of chunks. Hands are covered in chocolate. Once you've got all your chocolate all broken up into a bowl, you want to melt this. I'm doing it over a bain-marie, so I just got a pot of boiling water over there, and I'm going to put this bowl on top, and then I'll just keep stirring until this all melts. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm also going to go and wash my strawberries, and then I will see you back here in a moment. Oh, that's too hot to hold. So my chocolate is beautifully melted. I mean, look at that. Who wouldn't want to go and have a bath in that? And my strawberries are all washed, and then the next step couldn't be more simple. I'm just going to take each strawberry, dip it in the chocolate, and then pop it back on the plate. Just let it, you know, the excess drip off. And they don't have to be perfect, as long as they're nice and coated. And you can coat them like how thick you want. You can do halfway up, or you can do the whole thing. I'm kind of making a big mess here. I'm kind of going for the whole thing. Honestly thought I'd come on here and I'd be like, ooh, dip the chocolate and it's all perfectly coated. But honestly, like, I'm making the biggest mess. So all my strawberries are now coated, as you can see, some more neatly than others. But I'm now going to go and stick these in the fridge and let them completely harden. You want them to be like rock hard. I'd say maybe an hour, and I will come back and show you what they taste like when we get there. So we're now going to try the strawberries, which I've taken out of the fridge. As we saw when I was coating them, I think the chocolate was seizing by that point. So like, you know, we can see that they've gone funny, some of them, these ones. But on the other hand, we've got some very nice silky smooth ones at the back here, and they're all going to taste the same anyway. So I'm just going to take one, and here it is. Looks so good. I'm going to give it a try. Such a good way to use leftover chocolate. Like, literally can't be beat. It's so easy to do, as long as you don't let the chocolate go funny and they go like this. But yeah, so delicious. You get the like fresh juiciness from the strawberry, and then that like sweet richness from the chocolate, and it's just such a great combo. And then you get like the crunch through the layer of chocolate till you get to the juicy strawberry. It's just so good. You've got to give this one a try. So next up, we have a British favourite. I don't know if this is just a British recipe or not, but I'm going to be making Rice Krispie treats. I'm using a Nigella recipe, but I'm making a couple of alterations to it as well to make it my own. And the ingredients you need for this are more Easter egg chocolate. I've got a bit of a mishmash in here and some of the leftover from the strawberries, Rice Krispies, butter, golden syrup, And then to give this a fun twist, I'm gonna also be stirring into mine crispy M&Ms and Jelly Tots. I think the textures of the like Rice Krispies with the M&M chocolate and then the squidgy sugary Jelly Tots would just be really nice. So I'm gonna add those in. And then in Nigella's recipe, she does like one big square and cuts it up, but I have actually bought little cupcake cases, and I'm just gonna spoon the mixture into these and let them set in there. So I've just got them all ready out on a plate. So like with the first recipe, we are firstly going to be melting our chocolate over a bain-marie. I'm just gonna let this melt down. Once this is melted, I'm going to add my butter and my golden syrup in, and then I will see you back here. So my chocolate mixture is deliciously melted and it smells delicious. It was touch and go there for a minute, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I melted the chocolate, it like went hard. I was like, what's happening? This has never happened to me before when I've made chocolate, and I looked it up and it's like seizing. So it's when like accidentally water gets into it or you overheat it. So I was like, oh, that's great, ruined. But I've read a trick that if you add tablespoons of boiling water at a time and stir it vigorously, you can save it, and save it. I did. Look at this melting deliciousness. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to pour the chocolate into the Rice Krispies, add some of my Jelly Tots and M&Ms. I'm just going to eyeball that, mix it all together, and then I will start putting it in my cupcake cases. Oh my god, yum. We want every last drop of chocolate. Oh my god. I kind of want to mix this before it starts firming up. So for me, it feels like there are a lot of Rice Krispies to the chocolate content, but Nigella knows what she's talking about, so I'm going to trust her on this one. I'm going to get my Jelly Tots and M&Ms in. I just think these will add a really nice texture into them, and it just makes it a bit more fun. I wanted to get popping candy, but I couldn't find it. We'll give it a mix and see if it looks like decent M&M and Jelly Tot distribution. I think we could just do the whole packs. Why the hell not? So now I've got my cupcake cases and my mixture, and I've got a spoon here, and I'm just going to spoon a healthy dollop into each case. I'm going to get those bad boys packed out. Does that have any? Oh yeah, it does. After the war, I went back to New York. After the war, I went back to New York. I am sailing off to London. I am accompanied by someone who always pays. So here are all of my little Rice Krispie cakes. That ends up making 25. I definitely think you could reduce the amount of Rice Krispies to make less and make them even more chocolatey, but to be fair, they do look fantastic. I mean, yummy. I'm gonna go stick these in the fridge until they're completely hardened. I think it says an hour to 2, and I will show you what they look like when they come out, and we will taste test them. So my Rice Krispie treats have been in the fridge for somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, and they are nice and firmed up now, and they look great. So I am gonna give one a try. See, it's so easy when you do them in these. You don't need to cut them up or anything. They're so good. They're nice and sweet, but not too sweet. And I love the crispy M&Ms. I think they add such a good texture to any dessert. I'm gonna go for a bite that has a jelly tot. So the jelly tots have sort of hardened in the fridge as well, but they add like a burst of like extra sweetness and sugariness, and that chewy texture is so good with the crispy rice cake. Rice Krispie cake. Oh, that is so good. This is such a fun thing to make, and it's really easy if you've got that leftover Easter egg chocolate. It's one, like, if you're family and you've got kids and you want to get them involved with some baking, this is such a staple to do. And yeah, this recipe is great. I think you could probably reduce the amount of Rice Krispies and it would be even more chocolatey, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So we're now on to the final recipe, probably the one I'm most excited about, and I'm going to be making brownies, but not just one kind of brownie, 2 kinds of brownies. So I'm going to be making just a basic base brownie recipe, and then I'm going to be using my Easter chocolate to jazz it up and make 2 different versions, so get ready for it. Firstly, I have got a Ferrero Rocher Easter egg, which has a shell which is filled with like actual hazelnuts, so like the shell is amazing. Not like inside, but like actually in the chocolate. And then I've got Ferrero Rochers, so I'm going to be doing 1 Ferrero Rocher brownie, and then I've got some leftover little Lindor eggs as well from the Lindor egg we had, so I'm going to be stuffing those in the other half of the brownies, so that when you bite into them you'll get a Lindor. So yeah, Ferrero Rocher eggs, Ferrero Rocher brownies and Lindor brownies. Let's get to it. So the ingredients you're going to need for the base brownie recipe are, FYI, all the quantities will be in the description bar below. Oh, and also shout out to my Auntie Jules for this brownie recipe. She is the one who sent it to me, so thank you, Auntie Jules. Some plain flour and some cocoa powder, eggs, dark chocolate. This is an Easter egg chocolate. This is just like regular dark chocolate. If you have a dark chocolate Easter egg, you might be able to use it for this bit. And then some butter, caster sugar, and then for the Nutella, not Nutella, there is Nutella in them though, spoiler alert. For the Ferrero Rocher brownies, you're also going to need Nutella, your Ferrero Rocher Easter egg. I'll give you a sneak preview of what it looks like so you can see the bits of hazelnut in it. Double cream and Ferrero Rochers. And then for the Lindor eggs, you're just going to need these little cute Lindors that came out of my egg. So what I've done is my oven is currently preheating to 180 degrees Celsius, and I've just got a square baking tin. I think this is a 20 by 20. I mean, I know recipes call for particular size tins. I'm not very good at following that, but this is what I've got, and I've just lined it with some baking paper. So if you hadn't guessed it by now, the first thing I need to do is go and heat this chocolate and butter together till it's all nice and melted. I'm going to keep stirring it until it's melted, and then I will meet you back here when that's done. So my chocolate is, oh my god, so beautifully melted. It looks so silky and delicious, and it smells great. So I'm just going to pop this to the side and move on to my next step. So I've got my sugar in my bowl here, and I'm just going to crack my eggs into it and whisk them until they're nice and combined. You could use an electric whisk for this, and I do have an electric whisk, but I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way, I think. Work on them arm muscles. I think that will do. Now I'm going to take my beautiful chocolate mixture and just pour that, and I'm going to pour this into the egg mixture. Every last drop of chocolate. We are not wasting a thing. Now I'm just gonna mix that in until that's all combined. So now I'm gonna sift in my dry ingredients. It didn't say it in the ingredients, but it says it in the method that you also need half a teaspoon of salt, so I've just added that into my dry ingredients, and now I'm gonna sieve it in. And now gently fold that together. This batter looks unreal and smells unreal as well. So I'm now going to pour my batter, which has been completely mixed together, into my prepared baking tray. I also greased this, by the way. I didn't say that earlier, but it's also been greased. So now I'm gonna add my little finishing touches before they go into the oven. But firstly, I'm gonna get my Nutella, the best thing on the planet. So half of these are gonna be Nutella, Ferrero Rocher brownies, and half are going to be Lindor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take, this is me experimenting, dollops of the Nutella, and I'm just gonna dot those in random places. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a knife and I'm just gonna basically swirl those bits of Nutella around. So what we're gonna have when we come out the oven is brownies that just have like these occasional, they're gonna be the chocolate brownies with these just lovely swirls of Nutella in them. And they are going to be delicious. Might add a little bit more Nutella. And you can add more or less Nutella to suit your taste. And then in the other half, I'm gonna take these little Lindor balls and I'm just gonna pop them in. I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'll do like 8. So that when I cut them, all of them will have a little Lindor ball in the middle. Fridge. God. I'm such a mess, I'm telling you. I just cannot do things without making a huge mess, especially when chocolate's involved. So these are now all ready to go in the oven. The recipe says to let them sit for half an hour and then put them in the oven. So I'm gonna do that, bake them for 25 minutes, and then I'll take them out and show you the next step. So I've just taken my brownies out of the oven. I'm letting them cool and they smell absolutely amazing. I wish that smell-o-vision was a thing because I want you to smell what it smells like in here. So I'm gonna let that cool down, and in the meantime I'm making my ganache out of the shell of that chocolate hazelnut Ferrero Rocher egg. So what I've done is I've cut the pieces into like small chunks and I've put them in this bowl, and then I've just got some double cream heating up over there. I'm just gonna go grab it. I actually have no idea if this is gonna work, but this is how you make normal ganache. I'm gonna pour the double cream over the top of the chocolate. And now I'm just gonna leave it for 10 minutes and I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm just gonna leave it for 10 minutes and I will show you what we do next. So it's now been 10 minutes, so I'm gonna give this a stir. And in theory, all the chocolate should be melted, which it is. And this is all gonna come together. So I'm just gonna give it a good old whisk until everything's combined. And you can see the bits of hazelnut floating in there. What you want to do is you want to let that sit and cool now so it can get nice and thick, and then it'll be perfect for spreading on my brownies when those have also cooled down. So I'll see you when we get there. So my brownies cooled, the Ferrero Rocher ones, I topped the ganache with them, popped a half of Ferrero Rocher on, and then cut them up, and they look amazing. And then here are the other ones, which also look great. I undercooked them, like they are quite undercooked. The middle is really runny. So 25 minutes wasn't quite enough. I don't know why I didn't do the test with a knife or whatever to see if they're cooked. I just didn't. I usually do. It's fine because the ones on the edge are absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna try one of these Ferrero Rocher brownies first. I mean, it looks unreal. Oh! See if we can get any of that Nutella. I'm gonna eat that first because we're gonna make a big mess otherwise. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you see that Nutella? That is a damn good brownie. They've risen loads as well, which I'm really surprised about. I said they wouldn't rise. This is unreal. If you make one recipe, you have to make these. Oh my god, it's so rich and delicious. Oh god, delicious. Let's go for this one here. These look great. They just look like the perfect like fudgy brownies. I'm getting chocolate all over the floor. Can you see? Can you see the Lindor, the melty bit in the middle? It worked! Oh my god. Mmm. These are so good. These Lindor ones are really easy as well. Because we didn't need the ganache or anything. Oh, so good. Sorry, I'm getting really excited. Oh my god, this brownie recipe, hands down, is so good. Like, you have to try it. I love brownie recipes that use real chocolate, not just cocoa powder. But yeah, massive thumbs up from me. So that is the end of this video, guys. I feel like I've been baking all day long, but it's been such a great day. Great way to spend a Saturday. I hope I've inspired you with some ideas on how to use that leftover Easter egg chocolate if you've still got some lying around, and if you don't have any, going out and buying some more, or any chocolate, give these amazing recipes a try because they are so delicious. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you don't already subscribe to me, go and hit that subscribe button. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.